is Las Vegas Vantage with your host, Rocky Dickerson.
Hi, welcome to Las Vegas Vantage. I'm Rocky Dickerson with Realty One Group. Now, here at Las Vegas Vantage, we do cover some of the real estate of Las Vegas. More importantly, we cover the community of Las Vegas and what really makes this a great place to live. Now, we have a special guest with us here today. When you hear her, her voice may sound familiar because she's actually the gal that introduces us each and every week on Las Vegas Vantage. And Danika Jensen is here to talk to us today about hiking. So welcome, Danika. Thanks for joining the program.
It's a pleasure to be here, Rocky. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So Danika, you came to Las Vegas in 2003, and it wasn't long thereafter that you really got hooked on hiking here in Las Vegas. Is that right?
That is correct. I sure did. And I've been hooked on it ever since.
So what was it that got you hooked into hiking?
To be honest, in 2004, it was about a year after I moved here, I was looking for communities of outdoor-minded people to spend time with. And prior to that, I hadn't really hiked, but I loved being outside ever since I was a kid. I've enjoyed it. And I met a very small community of about less than 100 people. It was on a meetup group site. It was called the Las Vegas Hiking and Outdoors Meetup. So quite a mouthful, to say the least, soon to be shortened to Vegas Hikers. And it was there that I met some wonderful friends that really introduced me to hiking.
Gotcha. So now hiking, that has a number of different levels. I mean, when I first moved to Las Vegas, I hiked up, forgive me, I'm maybe getting this wrong. Is it Cathedral Falls? No.
There is a trail called Cathedral Rock. Yes.
Cathedral Rock. There you go.
Yeah.
So that was one of my first weekends living here in Vegas. Then I had a group of friends that we always went to Red Rock every weekend. We would hike for miles out there through the various different trails. And I got to admit now, my current definition of hiking is not quite so adventurous. Right now, it's just walking a few miles going over to Exploration Peak Park. So obviously, there's different levels. Tell us about how people get started into hiking here in Las Vegas.
Great question. Well, there's no better time to start than now. But there are a few essentials that you're going to need, regardless of how long you're out hiking and where. The most important thing, of course, outside of water, is to have a really good quality pair of hiking shoes or hiking boots with really good tread. Because no trail out in Vegas is ever going to be always flat or entirely rocky. There's trail conditions of all kinds. You may encounter gravel, you may encounter rocks, you may encounter dirt, or as what we know in the hiking community as is scree. Scree is somewhere between gravel and rock. And it can be a little hairy, especially out on Mount Charleston. So you want shoes that will be able to handle the elements without any issue. Outside of that, you need something to carry your water, and you need to bring plenty of water, at least a couple liters minimum, depending on how long you're going to be out hiking. Always have a way to be able to know where you're going, whether it's a compass or there are several apps out there to be able to help you track hikes and know where you're going. And also bring a lot of sunscreen.
Now, when it comes to water,
Yes.
I'd heard someone say to me once that if you're out on the hike and you're thirsty, it's already too late because you're behind the curve, that you should have been hydrating before that point. Is that correct?
I would say that is absolutely correct. It's always best to hydrate as much as you can beforehand. If you are not able to, just bring as much water and electrolytes as you possibly can. Even simply downing one 16-ounce bottle of water is better than nothing.
Sure.
But yeah, please stay hydrated. We are in a desert, and even when it's cold, we are in winter now. Sometimes that is the moment where people forget to drink water the most. I will admit I'm one of those people, but always important to stay hydrated, even in the winter.
Sure. And now what I would imagine is that this time of year, because, well, let's face it, when January 1st comes up, there's people that are saying, hey, I want to lose weight. There's more people probably looking at taking up hiking as a way to kind of get the body flowing. Is there a good area that you recommend for beginners to work from?
Absolutely. So one of the easiest trails that I recommend to anybody getting started in hiking, because it is a very flat trail with really no elevation to speak of, but no lack of incredible views, is going to be railroad tunnels in the Lake Mead area. It's right next to, there's a casino and hotel. It's not Railroad Pass. It's the Boulder. Oh, the name fails me. But I believe it's the Boulder Dam Hotel. And it's one of the older hotels out in that Boulder City area. That's definitely one I would highly recommend that everybody can do. All ages, very appropriate. I've even brought my own mother on that trail, and she has knee and foot issues, and she enjoys it when she visits here. There is another one, I believe, there is an exploration or fire ecology trail in Red Rock. Very easy to do, great for children. So if you want to bring the whole family, it is perfect. Also would recommend First Creek. That one is very easy to do, very scenic. And you don't even need to go in the main scenic loop of Red Rock to get to it. So no fee, no pass needed. Those would be my top three. Very beginner, very all ages friendly.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, now let's get off the subject of hiking. Let's get onto the subject of Danika. Okay.
Sure.
So you've been in Las Vegas here now since 2003. What was it about Las Vegas that really surprised you once you moved here?
So you're probably going to laugh, but it truly did surprise me. Within the first year that I lived here, I was 18 years old, fresh out of high school. I moved with my family out here, and I ended up going to college at UNLV and graduating from there with full accolades.
Okay.
One of the first things that I noticed was slot machines were everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean even in the grocery stores, in the airport. I just could not believe that people really did. I thought, no way, they can't have slot machines everywhere. No, they really are everywhere. And it truly took me by surprise.
That's true. So how about, do you have a favorite Las Vegas restaurant?
I sure do. And I've been to it a few times. It's called Tacos and Beer. That is actually what it's called. And want to take a wild guess as to what they serve, but it is on Paradise, and it's not too far from the old Hard Rock Casino. I believe now it's Virgin, if I remember correctly. But their food is fantastic, a really laid back atmosphere. I've been there a few different times. Two of those times were after a hike, funny enough. But it's also a great place to grab a quick bite and a quick drink before seeing a show here in Vegas. And that was actually the last time I was there, was to have a little bite and a little drink before seeing a show with a good friend of mine.
Okay, so speaking of shows, what are your favorite shows you have here in Las Vegas?
I'm going to say every Cirque du Soleil show that exists here in Vegas. And I do not have a favorite because I am a Cirque du Soleil fanatic. My goal is to see every Cirque du Soleil show that is out there, even beyond the Vegas borders. I would go and see any Vegas show multiple times, or any Cirque du Soleil show multiple times if I had to.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, Danika, I really appreciate your taking the time to spend with us here today. If someone wanted to connect with your hiking group so they could get on their journey as well, how would they reach you guys?
Great question. So we are actually the hiking group. And yes, I'd like to say I like to be a representative and say we, because I am a part of a very large Las Vegas hiking community. It is actually called Hiking Las Vegas ! And we can be found on Facebook. We are actually 30,000 members strong. So we are growing every single day. And there's hikes of all levels, from beginner to advanced, and in different areas of the valley, from Red Rock to Mount Charleston to Lake Mead, and other activities beyond just hiking, such as paddling, camping, and the like. So please find us at Hiking Las Vegas ! And join us out there. We look forward to seeing you.
Very nice. Danika, thank you so much for joining us here on Las Vegas Vantage today.
Thank you so much for having me, Rocky. It was a pleasure.
And for those of you viewing us here today, thank you for joining us here today. And again, if you're ever looking to sell or buy property here in Las Vegas, please call me, Rocky Dickerson, at 702-743-7625. Email Rocky at rockysellsvegas.com. And please subscribe to my video channel.